About 2 days ago for me, Crew 6 launched on a Falcon 9 rocket. And they also launched inside the SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule. And that is what you can see me recreating here in Kerbal Space Program 2. It is a lot easier to recreate things in KSP2 because you can customize the colors of them and there's so many more parts to choose from. But you might be wondering why I am adding massive hydrogen tanks at the bottom of it. And that is because I thought of doing just a normal Falcon 9 recreation and, recreating the mission basically to orbit. But I considered that, but then I realized that's boring. And that's also a realistic mission idea. And here on this channel, well, we don't do that here. So today we're going to be sending a Crew Dragon capsule to Mars, or Juno as the game calls it. But as you can see, I am constructing a Falcon Heavy, because a Falcon 9, it just does not have the Delta V to get us there. So let's construct a Falcon Heavy to bring it along. Now, I would hope this mission wouldn't happen in real life. I hope SpaceX or any other space company wouldn't send 3 humans on a singular small capsule interplanetary. But anyway, we can ignore that fact and just look at that beautiful launch. Listen to those beautiful rocket sounds. Those are actually real rocket sounds. Not SpaceX. The KSP2 developers recorded sounds from real rockets in real life, which is pretty cool. So these are actually real rocket sounds that you're hearing. I think maybe the audio's modified slightly, but yeah. We're ascending through the clouds here, and those side boosters still have lots of fuel left in them. And if you're wondering, no, this mission will not be recoverable, as in I won't land the 2 side boosters, simply because I don't have the skill, and I only just have enough Delta V to do this mission, so I really don't want to waste anything. I say that after detaching those 2 side boosters when they still have a bit of fuel left in them. But hey, that probably could have gotten to orbit, and that's a bit unrealistic. Speaking of unrealistic, it turns out a Falcon Heavy is very, very overkill for KSP. I guess you could say, I have now put a Falcon 9 in orbit, because that core stage actually made it all the way to orbit, and it still has about 600 meters per second of Delta V left. Which makes sense, because if you didn't know, Kerbin in Kerbal Space Program is about 1/8 the size of Earth in real life, so it's a lot easier to get from the ground to orbit. But anyway, now I am planning a maneuver node to get to Juno, to get an encounter with Juno, and we can also detach that fairing and reveal the SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule and our 3 brave Kerbinauts who are going to be sitting inside that capsule for about 2 years. So, hopefully they can get comfortable. But now we have begun our burn to Juno. Now this will consist of somewhat of the core stage, but it will not get us all the way to Mars, so we will have to detach it. Unfortunately, it will become space junk. But now we are on the 2nd stage, and we can fire up the quote-unquote Merlin vacuum engine. It's not the Merlin vacuum engine. There are no real-life engines in Kerbal Space Program 2, as far as I'm concerned. It kind of looks similar. It doesn't look similar, to be honest. But anyway, we are ascending away from Kerbin. Are we ascending? I guess there isn't really an up and down in space, so it's kind of hard to tell. But look, I have talked through all of that. We have arrived at Juno, and now we are circularizing. And as you can see, in a real life circumstance, we would probably just go home now. But again, that would be normal. And on this channel, we don't do that here. So we're going to send this to Ike, which is Juno's moon, because it doesn't have enough Delta V to land on Juno. Well, technically we could if we use the parachutes and heat shield, but that would mean that the Kerbals couldn't get back home. And I feel the Kerbals are pretty homesick, so yeah. Anyway, we are descending to Ike. Well, not descending just yet. We are burning into an orbit, which doesn't take too long. Ike actually has a rather big sphere of influence, and we're going to try and land this thing, a craft that was never designed to land at all. Absolutely never designed to land. But hey, it would be normal if we didn't land a craft that is not supposed to land. It's stupid, it's not safe, so let's do it. But we are descending here and the nuclear engine is so slow because I can tell you it's not designed to land on moons. It's designed to, travel long distances through deep space. But anyway, we have now landed. I had to spend quite a bit of Delta V in that stage doing this. But we still did have enough to get back to Kerbin in the end. So we were fine. Whoop, whoop. And it barely stays balanced. We can just use the engine nozzle as a landing leg. A very realistic mechanism of landing. Anyway, we can get our Kerbal out. I just got one Kerbal out because I couldn't bother to get all three out and then the Kraken to just, I don't know, flip the vessel over or something. So I just got one out and we can quickly plant that flag there. Look at that. We had the floating glitch as well with the terrain. It's still not fixed with Ike, no. Seems fine on Minmus and the Mun. Actually, no, the Mun. The Mun needs fixing. The Moon needs fixing. But anyway, now we can go back into the interplanetary vessel and take off before this thing tips over. We can just get him back inside there. And there we go. Anyway, we can ascend now. And look at Juno. Look at Juno on the horizon. That's just amazing. But the three Kerbals are now ready to go home. So let's get them back into Ike orbit. Ike actually looks really good. I really wish I did wait till KSP2 until I made my Ike base, my base on Ike. You can see that video on my channel. It's a pretty old video now, and it wasn't in 4K, so it's a pretty low quality video, and I made it a while ago. So I don't really recommend it at this stage, to be honest. It's pretty low quality, but hey, I thought it was pretty cool at the time. And we have performed our burn to escape Ike, and I almost hit that mountain there. Mountain or volcano? It kind of looked like a volcano. Yeah, whatever. But anyway, now we are here back in Juno orbit, and we're just going to get into a completely low Juno orbit, just so it's easier to perform our burn, our escape burn, and indeed our burn back to Kerbin. Now I did this because I was planning to get a Kerbin encounter from Juno. I did my escape burn there as well. I just didn't show you it because you guys have seen me burn lots in this video. So, but I unfortunately couldn't get my Kerbin encounter from Juno, so I just had to warp around the sun a bit, and then I could just got it from, sun orbit, which is a shame. It would have been a lot better if I got it from Juno, but whatever. But anyway, now are we back at Kerbin? Yes, we are back at Kerbin. So now I'll skip through all the mid-course correction burns I did and all that. I'm not going to pretend I did this all first try. I don't think anyone can really pretend they've done anything first try in KSP2, especially with the new and improved Kraken on the loose. But anyway, we are now descending below the clouds and coming into land. This was a nighttime landing, which was a shame. It would have been nice to land at day. Now, there are currently still no heating effects. They are going to be added in the next patch, which should be pretty soon, hopefully sometime this month. You can see one of the Kerbals is going crazy in the top right there. I don't know. He shouldn't look so scared. I am a great pilot. Speaking of being a great pilot, I landed the Kerbals, and I got one out to have a bit of a swim around. Look at that. But now we can just get him back in the capsule. And now all we have to do is recover the vessel, and look at that. We are done. I just want to take this time as well, everyone, to say thank you so much for 200 subscribers. I cannot believe it. I never thought I'd get this many subscribers. I really enjoy making these videos, and it's great to see that you all enjoy watching them. But anyway, I will see you all next time.